I like to keep things upbeat. And even when there's, fails, it's still a learning experience. And a lot of times you learn a lot more from a failure than you can in a success. A lot of different things, and who's going to stick by you, and how you're going to be treated. And there's valuable things to be taken away from hardships. There's a lot of growth that happens, a lot of maturing during those harder, difficult times in life than it is when everything goes without a hitch. And my mother passed away. It was a known thing. I think it's in some of the videos I talked about that she wasn't supposed to still be with us, but she died. She passed away the day after Mother's Day. And she left here in early April and went to New York to visit. Well, we pretty much knew she wasn't going to come back alive when she went to New York with my big brother. So I said my goodbyes when she left here. I knew I wasn't going to go up to New York, and I highly doubted she was going to come back here. And it was something, grief is, it's different for everybody. And it's some people have more impact in your life that you don't realize, or maybe you do realize, and you just don't know the degree to which that impact is. I've had people, close family-wise, pass away, and it really didn't impact my life because they weren't really a part of my life. I didn't have conversations with them. And then I've had people on YouTube pass away that I had become very close to, and still grieve to this day, 6 years later. Because of the impact she had in my life. And it's just weird now that I'm experiencing stuff, and I notice it, and I'm very candid. I put a lot of things out there. And there's discretion, and then there's just this is odd. Anyone else experiencing this? So I put that it's been 3 months since I've cooked rice. I know, isn't that silly? I've cooked rice pretty much every week of my life, adult life. And every day my mom was here with us for 6 months. I cooked rice for her. And it took me 2 months before I even realized I hadn't cooked rice. I just haven't done it. And for the last month, I've been trying to put rice on the menu. Just cook some rice and have some rice and eat some kimchi, whatever. And it just has not happened. And I've been trying all weekend. And it's like, I don't know what it is. And I know that's weird. I've eaten rice. But it's just the grieving process. And there's a lot of shock. So 3 weeks ago, I guess, it was about a week or so after that, where I put the 9 days after the chicks hatched, 2 more chicks hatched, 9 days after the first one hatched, which I thought was pretty incredible. I went to the coop, and there was a 6-foot rat snake in there. The hen was dead, and no trace of the chicks, which were probably inside the snake. And I was just devastated. It was, it's just disheartening. And people, y'all know, y'all have animals, and when something like that happens, it's very disturbing at the very least. And I feel like maybe I did overreact because of the other things that was going on, and compounded that. And I was already at a low point, and it just kind of really brought me down. And I've been struggling. And I don't like to wallow. There's a time it's okay. I'm not saying you shouldn't ever wallow. You shouldn't ever have a little pity party. I don't believe you should get stuck in that. I don't want to be stuck in that. So my way of coping was to watch a whole bunch of YouTube videos, catch up on several of my subscriptions, and crochet baby Afghans. I've made I'm on the 7th one. I've stopped on 6, and I wanted to work with a different yarn to do the body, so I started on number 7, even though 6 isn't completed. And here's some pictures of them. And I'm dealing with just feeling overwhelmed and trying not to fall into that trap of being overwhelmed. You know, I look and everywhere it's like, you know, I need to weed in here, I need to clean this up so we can put another trench down this way. I shouldn't have put this watermelon here because this is where the head of the next trench is going to be. But there's a watermelon on that. See it? And I bought a push mower because I like quieter, but I probably can't get the push mower through this. So I got to finish cleaning out these buckets and reusing them. I still got a truckload of stuff from a week ago that my grandson helped fill up, and I've just not been able to do it. But that's why it's been almost a month since I uploaded a video and what's been going on. It's not all bad. I try to focus on the good. My trees for the most part are doing well. I am having some loss, but I was expecting more losses sooner. But we'll see how it all ends. And I will still end up with more trees than I can plant out here, but I'm actually looking for people I can give them to, as well as continue to sell some more. But the whole grieving process is somewhat new to me. And I appreciate any prayers. And I'm trying to add interest, not just quirkiness, but interest, something different. That one had, this corn plant had fallen over, but it was still struggling, and it's produced that one ear. Then you got this other stalk that's just fallen completely to the side, but it's growing an ear. It's still green. That one that's curved up, that's the one I harvest the other corn from. And it's got one that's growing on it. That's why I didn't pull it up. So I'm trying some different methods. I watched a video, and I'll put a link in the description, that was very intensive. Always no-till, always keep your ground covered. Like I said, I was binge watching YouTube and just trying to fill myself up with something positive while I was going through this grieving process. Maybe I should have just gone in bed and curled up for a while. But it's very encouraging. It's some things to see about incorporating into the garden here. And start doing more seeding in little flats and transplant out to the beds, and keeping something going all the time. And I think I am going to pull up the this plant for the most part, cut it back and tame it. The herbs were way too close for how big they're going to get in this. I did, the buckets kept them confined, and now that they've been let loose, they've gotten real big. So, anyway, the grieving process. When I put it on Facebook that I wasn't able to cook rice in almost 3 months because it was something connected with my mom, I had friends say that one wasn't able to make her macaroni and cheese for a year because it was something that was so connected to her dad. She didn't even think about it. She just didn't make it. until another family member, let her know that they liked it too. That her dad wasn't the only one in the family that liked her mac and cheese. And another one who took care of her mother-in-law during the hospice care and years before that, said that she made her mashed potatoes all the time, made her mother-in-law mashed potatoes because she would always eat that. And she didn't make that for a year also after the death of her mother-in-law, whom she was very close to. So I guess that's a normal thing, us foodies. Those two ladies are also very much foodies. They like good food, like I do. And so that kind of it hits at some of the oddest areas. I knew that certain things might cause me problems, and missing my mom, but to not be able to cook rice. And the funny thing is, the last 2-3 months, I could not cook rice properly for her. Something was always wrong. It wasn't soaked long enough. It wasn't cooked right. I used the wrong cooker. Something was off. And it wasn't, this is the same rice I've been making for her always, but it was just, she was having a lot of issues, and whether, and her taste buds were off. There was a lot of things. So it wasn't exactly that rice is connected to a pleasant memory that is now sad. It's just weird. Anyway, that's just me rambling on about what had me like this. Thanks for watching.